How's it? Today's Tuesday, June 27th. I got some power clean, complex type things, some back squats, some overhead presses today. Today was interesting. I did alright on my power cleans, I think. I'm very far from where I used to be, which is really upsetting, but I think I'm trending in the right direction. As far as difficulty today versus last week, I think today was easier effort put out, but I feel like my lifts today were a little bit better than last week. Last week was 113 for one power plus one hang for 3 sets. Same rep scheme today, so 1 plus 1 for 3 sets, going to 116. If last week was an indication of how I would lift today, then today would have just been no powers. Today would have been very, very, very hard to get the correct height on the bar, no matter how good my technical execution was. And I think today, I feel like I executed pretty okay today. My hang cleans were a little bit off, but it's I don't even worry about whether I'm gonna make those hang cleans at all or not. This is 110 here. It's my last warm up, and yeah, my hang cleans a little bit. As far as timing goes, it feels like I'm throwing my hips sooner. Here's my first set. Pretty close to power. Not quite, I think. I feel like the second and third ones were power, however, if we're looking at as like an absolute metric. I feel like quality of movement gets better with the first set or the first rep for each of these sets as they go on. Like, that's pretty good. As far as like turnover on my shoulders and my elbows, extension is probably not as good as my third one, but we'll see this. And then these hang cleans are just, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I have the bar at the top. Let's look at this in here. Probably the highest one. I feel like if I'm closer to the bar, then I wouldn't have to slow down as much, or like I would be able to catch the bar a lot higher, and then wouldn't have to cushion it on the way down as much. But what I was saying earlier was that when after I do that power clean, I'm standing at the top and I'm just thinking, oh shit, I gotta do a hang clean after this. And that's really how it feels. I don't even think about it, and then I kind of just go through the motions. Probably not the best training outlook, but I mean, it is what it is at this point. I can't go back and undo that and give more attention to those. I can only try to do it better next week. After that, I moved into my back squats today. I think my back squats, they weren't good today. I feel like it's not an issue of me using the flats or not. It's just that like sometimes I don't feel like I'm strong enough to really push through. I feel like my knees are my hips, I guess, are tighter, and it feels like I'm a lot more sturdy or set, I guess, as I go down in the flats. I'm not saying that it is the flats that is doing that, but I don't feel like I have that type of hip tightness or hip tension when I'm using my weightlifting shoes. So I'm gonna stick with the flats for a little bit longer, even though today was not a good day. So I was going for a set of 6 at 149. That's my top set here. Watch what happens. I mean, you can see in the bottom left here. Set of 3. That first rep was so freaking hard. And this third one here was too much of a grinder, and I was like, nope. No way. I came back and then finished the total number of reps to be 6. I think my first rep, why do I keep saying that? First rep on this set was a lot better than my first rep, or I guess any rep on that first set. And yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, I'm really disappointed in how I squatted today. Um, I also did this here, which I didn't normally do. I messed up on my down sets. I was just supposed to go to 133, but I did 130 here, not knowing that it was only 130. I forgot to load the correct weight. It was so bad. But yeah, I mean, my squats today were just the warm up at 140 felt really solid, and then the lifts after that kind of just weren't there. They weren't as good. I mean, there's a lot of things that I could be working on and trying to fix. My hip was a little bit painful today. My adductor, my right adductor, which somebody pointed out recently. And I mean, it's been like this for over a month at this point. So um, usually it doesn't hurt me. Like last week, I didn't feel it at all, but today, for whatever reason, I did. And it's not something I want to just sit idly by. I need to really like work towards fixing the problem. And yeah, um, ordinarily, I think I would have just done the one set of three at 149 and then moved on to my down sets, or probably skipped them all because I was just so annoyed with myself. But Becca was there. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, she was just like, yeah. I asked her if I should go for the other one. She's like, might as well. So I ended up making the total reps across two sets, which is better than doing the just the one triple. But I need to talk to Steve about this for next week. Yeah, my downsets were pretty good. I feel like if I get the volume in, then it feels like I'm gonna be making progress, or I'm gonna be able to make progress with the squat. Which at the end of the day, I don't really care how much I squat. I just really need to get stronger. So I guess I could move the same weight faster. That is stronger. Um, I mean that's like more force output, I guess. And yeah, after that, I moved into my overhead press. I was stubborn and I wanted to go bar to just my top set, and I didn't. So Becca was looked at me like I was dumb. She's probably right. I probably am dumb. But 72 was my goal today. Watch how hard this is. That's two, three. Watch this. Nope. So I ended up just doing a set of three, like a sad boy. She looked at me like, I told you. But I do think that if I went 20, or if I went bar just to weight, I feel like I still would have done three and a half. Um, it just, I don't think any amount of like warming up per se would have helped me with this. But my down sets at 65 were actually my top set a couple weeks ago, so that's a sign of progress, right? Something like that. Finished off with some dips here, 120 and then 140. um, but yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I got a lot of imbalances to think about and address, but yeah, I'm working towards it. Um, thank you for watching. Thank you for following me on my journey. Shoots.